Assalamu alaikum akhawati khathwati. This video we're gonna work with fourth group in Syriac or Syriac alphabet, and the fourth, if you open page 36, the fourth group is kulman, and it's made of four letter kaf, lam, mim, nun. In this group, we're gonna have three of these letters, they're gonna have a final form. And the final form, as we mentioned before, they're gonna have a different shape when they fall at the end of the word. We're gonna start with the first one. It's a cap. Some people, they say cap and cap, and the reason they say cap and cap, it is just to remind that this letter has a two form, one when fall at the beginning or in the middle, and the second one at the end. So cap and cap doesn't mean we have two caps, two letters, two shape for cap. Two caps letters, only one, but it comes in a two shape, in two shapes. However, cap is a K in English, and we have a grammar as well, just like we learned before with the other letters we have covered so far. I'm going to write the kaf for you. Do you remember when we start learning dalet? We have the dalet like this, and I asked you or told you, keep this line here, this one, the top one, straight. In case we need to go straight, it's going to go like this one. If we need to if we're gonna keep going, it's gonna go like this one. That was the dalet. Now, the reason I mentioned that, because the cap, when fall at the beginning or in the middle, it's gonna look like dalet, but somehow this one going down. Again, it just, here you go. Do you see this one? That is cap, and does not have that line under. So we're not gonna put any line under the cap like we did with dalet. So this is how exactly the cap is gonna look like when it fall in the beginning or in the middle of the letter. So this is cap, and cap has one grammar. If we're gonna put a single dot, cap is K, K. Okay, if I'm gonna put a single dot under, it's gonna give me the sounds of ch, like when you say Schumacher in German language, Schumacher. So that's gonna give them the KH sounds in English. I know there is no ch in English, but most of the time they give it KH. For those they speak, they have a ch, probably they already have many words. They include the ch sounds in their language. Again, it's going to be like a cap and a single dot under to give me the sounds of ch. Also, we have a grammar in case like when we have beth and dot above, is going to give me sounds, hard soft sounds of beth. Same thing here, cap. If I have a single dot above, it's going to give me like a hard sounds of k, 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 something like that. So again, this is cap. Now, because cap, by the way, this cap, the one you see here, joins from both sides, the right and left. If it's gonna fall at the beginning of the word, it's gonna join to the next one. If it's gonna fall in the middle, so it's gonna join to the left no matter what, and it's gonna join to the right if the letter before to the right join from left. Cap has the final form. The final form, if you look at the book, it looks like a number 5 in English. Okay, that is the final form, but somehow, again, to make it just like the font in the book is going to be very hard using the digital board. So this is how it's going to look like the cap at the end of the word. look like number 5, and it's very important, especially for the second person male. Most verbs and possessive for the second person male is going to end like this one. You know, there is a suffix the word is going to end with, and with the second person is going to end with a cap, which is going to be the sounds of х at that time. Now, if I want to make this one as a sounds х, you will see a dot in here, just under or between that, wherever inside that thing, for number 5, or for cap. Again, cap, if I need to join it, for example, I'm going to just show you how it's going to join at the beginning. I'm just going to make up some letters, cap, okay, beth, alap. And for example, if cap is going to fall at the beginning, I'm going to say beth, cap, alap. I mean, let me rewrite this one, beth, cap, alap. Now, if this one is going to fall at the end, let's say alap, beth, cap. This is how it's going to look like when it's joined. You see, this is look like this when this part here is going to join to the letter before. So it looks like, again, this is my handwriting. Maybe it should be, if I'm going to just do it like the book, is going to be look like this. However, as I mentioned before, I want you to know to memorize the font, how it's going to look like at the beginning, or in this case here at the end. And I know most of you guys now, they use cell phone, they use computer to type. This is already fixed for you. The only thing you need to know, this is a cap, you're going to make it a cap, and to make it easy for other people to read. However, also cap, you know, this is, again, when we have a dot under, this is a grammar. When we have a dot up above is a grammar, and has the second form, which is the final form, and it's part of the language. Now, you know, sometimes I need to write a word or like Charles, which is start with a CH. Okay, so how am I going to do CH? We don't have the ch sounds in Surat, or the letter to represent that sounds or letter. So what we can do, it's using the modifier. We use the modifier to have this one. So like we did before with the gemel, remember with the gemel, we have that thing to make it ch, or sorry, G or J. G like in Gianna and J like in Jacob. Now what about the sounds of CH? I can put the cap, okay, cap, and also we're going to put the symbol there underneath the cap for the sounds of ch, the sounds of ch. So again, I'm going to just do it here above, just for one more time. So that is the sounds of CH in English, like when you say Charles, okay, so I'm going to just write Charles here. You see, because this one, the proper noun, and it's not a Syriac name, not Surat name, so we're going to include alap here, Charles, okay, when you hear that the sounds. Okay, this is the Charles name. This is an S. Okay, we're going to learn about Simkath later on. I know most of them, they I have 1, 2, 3 letters so far we have not covered in the name of Charles. I just wrote up there. Okay, how are we going to pronounce cap with a vowel? Cap is a K in English. The sounds of cap without vowel is K. So with the sqapa, I'm going to have ka, pthaha, ka, zlam bshiqa, K, zlam qishya, K, rwaha, ko, rwasa, ku, and hwasa, ki. So ka, ka, ki, ke, ko, ku, ki. And if the sounds of cap is kh, kh, okay, again, they give it kh, not me, kha, okay, kha, and it's going to give me kha. Again, that when with the pthaha, that the kh sound, the dot for kh is going to override with the pthaha. So you're going to see maybe a little bit more darker or bigger dot in here for sounds of kh. So that's going to be kha. And same thing for ﷺ. One of the dot could be like this, or sometimes you will see 3 dots like a triangle there for the sounds of kh with a short I. And with the ﷺ, kh. Now with the rwaha is going to be kho. With the rwasa, khu. And with the hwasa, khi. So that is sounds show with the vowels, the kh sounds in the vowel. However, I have a grammar for you. For this is very, very, very important grammar. I forgot to mention this one before when I covered beth and dot under, gemel dot under, deleth dot under for th, and now we have cap and dot under for kh. So remember that beth under, dot under is w, gemel is a gh, we give it as gh, gh. This one is the th, the, and this one is the kh sounds. However, these letters, and we have a couple of more too to come, we're going to learn about those. If they fall, this is very good grammar, especially for writing names if you have. If they fall at the beginning of the word, if these letters, they have dot under, they change the sounds to a softer, like a soft sounds of it. If they fall at the beginning, you cannot put dot under. Always they're going to have the original sounds of the letter. For example, beth at the beginning, okay, you cannot, at the beginning of the word, if there is no other letter before, at the beginning, just started with, you cannot put that under and cannot be pronounced W. Same thing with the gemel. Gemel at the beginning of the word, it falls at the beginning of the word, always is going to be the sounds G. Same thing for deleth, D, and same thing for cap, K. So that is a grammar you need to know. Probably I'm going to mention this one later, and we're going to have it as well in chapter 4 when we're going to talk about it. On page 36, there is that table to show you how the caps show in a word, in the middle of the word, or at the beginning or at the end, or when it stand alone. Okay, for most of the time when it falls at the end, especially with the second person male, it's going to end with the wow and cap. Wow does not join from left, so you're gonna see that this is how it's gonna look like, and it's gonna sound of at the end for the second person, and we're gonna study that one anyway. We're gonna have some examples probably today or with this group how we're gonna represent that. So for example, when you say your dad to second person male, you say ba buch. Okay, let's just go. I'm gonna bring the page here to see if we have words containing the letters. So far we have covered till cap. I mean, we have 3 groups we cover. Now with the first letter of the 4th group, let's see if we can have anything or learn more about the words. Before I'm going to go to the words here with the vowels ka, ke, ko, ku, ki. The words containing the letters we cover so far: eka, Yod has no vowel, so it's going to join, just to remind you again, it's going to join the first letter has a vowel. Aleph has a vowel, so it's going to be eka. Yod as we learned last video, yod, we said if it's no vowel, only at the end is going to be silent. But this one is not silent because alap has the open e sounds and the yod is ye. You may gonna say, oh, I don't hear that there is a yod in there. No, there is a yod. A ka. Babuch, the word I just used, babuch. Do you see how exactly end? Babuch. 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 Cap at the end, which is sounds ch, because I have a dot under. Okay, the sounds ch has no vowel, so it's going to join with a beth, which has a vowel, which is the wasa vowel here. So it's going to join to that one. Babuch. Babach. Here you go. This one is for female. Now you're talking to the second person female. You're going to say babach. Babach. Usually, and this is a grammar, every time you have a second person female adjective, verb, possessive at the end, okay, is going to end with a yod, and yod is silent. You see now this yod is silent. Why? Because there is no vowel, so it's going to be silent. Ba-bach. Babach. Duka. And sometimes you say it in the feminine form, duktha. Usually this is feminine, even though, but sometimes you hear duka and duktha. Dika. Kewa. You see alap in the middle? Okay, this is not a proper noun. It's just a common noun. Okay, alap can be in the middle of the word, of the common noun, but it is silent. We don't say ke'awa. Okay, I usually, the Arab language, they use this word, okay, and they pronounce it alap with pronouncing beth, not W. So it's going to be like, if you know Arabic, they're going to say ke'aba, kewa. Okay. Example, eka ile babuch. Eka ile babuch. Eka ile babuch. The next one, ዄΑΔΙΚΑ. ݹɁδΙΚΑ means one rooster or a rooster. And again, I mentioned that cha and gda, cha for male, cha for masculine, gda for feminine, also could be used as a, an, like the English. That's about the fourth group. Let's just move on to the fourth group, first letter. Now we're going to move on to the second letter in this group, group 4, Abgad Hawas. You know, this is Kulman. So cap, we study cap. Now we're going to study the second one in this group, Lamath. Lamath is L in English. Honestly, looks like uppercase L in English, but from right to left. See, this is L in English and this is in Surat. So Lamath above the line looks like this one. Again, I cannot make a straight line when it comes from down, up, down, but probably you already got this is the L in English. So just like from right to left, because we are right to left language. Lamath also functions as a preposition. We learned three letters before. This is the last and the fourth letter of the letters. They act as a preposition. We learn beth, we learn dalath, and wow. Now we're going to add lamath. So if I'm going to put those together, it's going to be bdol. Abdol. Remember those 4 letters, abdol, beth, daleth, waw, lemeth, they act like a preposition when they fall at the beginning, when they show at the beginning of the noun or adjective. Okay, we're going to study more. We're going to have more example, all of them. Now we go back to lemeth. Lemeth as a preposition means two. Two when you are referring to a noun. Okay, you know that's when, for example, in English we say to school, to work. Okay, I have to work, or I have to sleep, or I need to sleep. Okay, you see, to sleep, sleep here is going to be like a verb. And now in the other one, when you say I want to go, I want to go to school. You see, to, one with a verb, one with a noun. Okay, so this lemeth here is used only with a noun. Okay, lemeth used with a noun. We're gonna have the two used with verb. Okay, like we use I want to go. Okay, that to go is gonna be in Surah a word ta, and we're gonna study this one next chapter, independent proposition. Or independent proposition, sorry. So that is how we're going to do. This one is only for the noun, because all these letters are acting like a proposition with a noun, not with a verb. Okay? Except the beth, we mentioned that when we have it in the front, when it shows at the beginning of the verb, okay, it's going to change it, not a proposition, but it's going to be like an ing, the present continuous verb. I don't have lemeth joined from both sides, just I want to, it's the same for strangila. Same thing with the cap. Cap is the same for strangila. So we don't have anything, both of them beginning or at the end is the same for strangila. Lemeth also is the same for strangila, no change. Now the only thing we need to cover here, how the lemeth is going to sound with the vowel. Lemeth, the sounds with no vowel is l. With اسقاطة لا. ثاحة لا. زلام بشيقة ل. زلام قشية ل. رواحة لو. رواصة لو. And حواصة لي. Alright, let's just go to that part. Okay, there is many places where you can type or start writing those together, and we move on. We have a very good number of words here to practice with lemeth. I mean, not only lemeth, but so far the letters we have covered in this previous videos. So Syriac column, the syllables, and then the meaning is going to be for you. So I'm going to start with the first one. Laha. La-ha. You're familiar with all of them. You should be able to read now. Ba-bil. 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 Lemeth has no vowel, so it's going to join to the one has a vowel at the before. Batila. 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 Gilla. Gilla. Hayikla. Hayik. Hayikla. Okay, why this one happened like this one? Do you see here? Ha, he has a vowel. Yoth has no vowel, so it's going to join he, which has a vowel. And then cap has no vowel, so it's going to join the syllable he and yoth. So it's going to sound like hayik, هيكلة هيكلة هيولة هيولة. Okay, that is one of the exceptions. Probably if you go to chapter 2, you're going to know that there is an exception that only the vowel ḥwasa, the E, can have another vowel. You see the vowel ḥwasa here has another vowel, which is ṟwasa. And when you're going to put it like this, you're going to hear two sounds of ḥwasa. The first one is going to be ḥwasa, and the second one is going to be yod. Hiyula, hiyula. Zibla, zibla, zibla. Zuhla, zuhla. One of those planets. Zuhla. Libba, libba. Luha, luha. Lawza, lawza, lawza. And the last one, kalba, kalba. Some statements here, or two sentences here we have in the bottom. أو إلى بطيلة أو إلى بطيلة هيكلة دألها هيكلة دألها. That is with the second letter in this group, group 4. Let's just move on to the third letter of this group, and it's meme. And I'm gonna say meme and meme. So when you're gonna hear meme and meme, that's mean this letter has final form. Just like we learned with the cap and cap. Now meme and meme. Meme means has meme and meme. That's mean meme has a final form. That page 40. Page 40. And honestly, meme numeric value. We're gonna study about the numeric value next chapter or 2 chapters from now. You're going to see that meme is number 40. It represents value 40. It's in Surah. Meme is an M in English. When I'm gonna start showing you how we're gonna write meme. Meme. Okay. Let me just I don't need to refresh, but I'm gonna write this letter for you. I know everyone knows this letter. R, uppercase R. So meme in Surah looks like R twisted and laying down to the right. So it's gonna look like this. You see, if you compare it, it looks like this is at beginning. When falls at the beginning or in the middle, is going to show like this one and join from both sides. So it joins from here and join from here. So meme again, meme again. This is the meme beginning or in the middle. For example, if I want to write Maryam, we have not studied Resh now, but it's okay. Maryam, Resh. We're going to start Resh later. Yod and meme. And the reason I said Maryam, do you see this meme is the final. Exactly as R. Still R. What happened, we flip this one upside down. We flip it so it's going to look like a final one. So if I'm going to write the final, it's going to look like this. Okay? That is a meme. However, the strangila looks like the final, but the strangila is going to be anywhere at the beginning or at the end. So it's more like you make the right angle with the strangila. So this is how it's going to look like the normal final with just no angles, right angles. Here with the strangila is going to look like a right angles. However, if meme in the final, strangila need to join, it's going to go like this. This is how it's going to join. Maryam, for example, if I want to say Maryam. And again, Strangula has no vowel. Okay, that is, again, I'm going to rewrite it again and apply the vowels on a regular one, just the beginning. Mim sounds is m with a sqapa ma. Ma with a thaha. M with a zlama bshiqa. Me with a zlama qishya. Mo with a rwaha. Mu with rwasa, and finally mi with hwasa. So ma, me, me, mo, mu, mi. I'll just bring the words, including all the letters so far we have covered. Here, again, the vowels ma, me, mo, mu, mi. Words umma, which means 100. Booma, gamla, hakima, hakima, yawma, koma, kimya, kimya, kimma, kimma. Some accents, the kimma is, they make it with a u, kumma, especially some village or town in the Dashtan Ninwa. Mucha, mila, milcha, malala, malala. Sentence here, yoma koma, umma mile. We learn mila here is 1 mile. So when we need to make it a plural, we learn how to do that. Even though we did not study, but I explained it before. I show you how. Umma mile. Those 2 dots on the top of lameth, a symbol of plural, and we call it siame. So umma mile. That is about mim, the 3rd letter of the 4th group, kulman. Now we have one more letter in this group and also has a final form. So it's going to be noon and noon. That is going to be page 42 in the textbook, noon and noon. And let me start, because really there is nothing more than just showing you how we're going to write the noon, and we apply the vowels on each one. Noon is above the line, is going to look like this. Noon. You see there is like a dot here and coming down. I want you to pay attention to this one and make the difference between this and yoth. Yoth, the one we study. Why? I'm going to put both of them in a word. For example, I'm going to start Gamal, Noon, Alep. They're going to look like this one. But Gamal Yoth is going to look like this. Sometimes, depends on the font in the textbook or a book they use in a computer, you may see this one here shorter than the usual. So it's going to look like yoth here. So just make sure you're not going to get confused between those 2 letters. Now, this one, it's noon when falls at the beginning or in the middle. What about if we say this one has a final form? At the final, when falls at the end, if it's joining to the letter before, it's going to look like this. So this is coming from the letter before. For example, let's just say that it's joining to Beth is the last, second from last, and Noon. It's going to look like this one. Now when it stand alone, it looks like a dot and line like this. In other words, you see, this is how it's going to show at the end, but when it's joined, it's going to have this line here. That is Noon. N in English. The sounds of Noon with no vowel is N. Sqapana, Pthahana, Zlama Pshiqane, Zlama Qishyane, Ɂgyano, ῥwasanu, and ⵃwasani. So na, ne, ne, no, nu, ni. Bringing or showing the page with the vowels na, ne, no, nu, ni. And let's see, okay, this one also has many words, so it's very good. I mean, this is going to build up your, let's say, your knowing words, a lot of words in Surah, and you're going to start now putting those together to make a statement. Okay, Ilana, the first one, I-la-na. Butlana, Butlana. Gehana, Gehana. Gona, Gona. Gihon, Gihon. Dayana, Dayana. Zona, Zona. Zaina, Zayna. Tina, Tina. Yamne, Yamne. Do you see Yod is being killed or silent by putting a line above? This is in a spoken language anyway, because if I'm going to remove that one, it's going to be in classical, Yamina. But again, we're teaching you the spoken language, so we have to meet the how we're going to say it in Surah. Spoken language. Minyana, Minyana. Ninwe, Ninwe, Ninwe. Sentence here at the bottom of page 43. Tina bi'idha diyamna. Tina bi'idha diyamna. Do you see Beth here? Means in or by, okay, which is a preposition before we added before what? The noun. Tina bi'idha diyamna. Baba ṭuwana. Baba ṭuwana. That is about the fourth group, and I will see you with the fifth group. Thank you.